Hello, this is Darren.
And this is Paige.
And this is
Where's the Lemonade?
Where we talk about what happens when life throws you lemons.
Make some lemonade?
Maybe. Some weeks it's lemon squares.
Yeah, some weeks it's just lemons.
Yeah.
On today's episode,
We're going to talk about COVID and how it induces stress.
lots and lots of stress. Okay, so today we're going to talk about stress.
Because we don't have any stress in our lives right now.
No, I mean, everyone's just hanging out at home,
Chilling,
walking their dog.
eating lots of good food.
Yeah, I mean, what's there to be stressed about?
Standing in line at the store to get into the store.
Oh my goodness. Do you think this is the most stressful time in the world, not in our lives, right? Our lives have been more stressful, but in the world since you and I have been born?
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure. For sure, yeah. It's a very stressful time. And you noticed on some of the blended family Facebook groups and blogs and things like that, a lot of stress is starting to deteriorate families.
So much stress. I mean, there is the stress of everyone's paranoid about their health, right? Everyone's afraid of everyone and everything because we don't want to get COVID.
You know, I noticed that even when we do go to the grocery store and we are limiting how many people we go, people are walking around gloomy.
Yeah, they do. And you know what? I was on a walk today and this lady came towards me. You know, we were walking, you know, she was facing me. I was walking that way. And we were a good probably 10 feet apart. She literally walked off the trail, probably 3 or 4 feet into the woods and let me walk by. And I was like, wow, like we're all afraid of each other right now. I'm so scared of what this is going to do to us permanently.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of stress with health.
Right.
There is stress with financial security right now. I mean, we know so many people that this is affecting financially.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is so devastating for families, so devastating. And it breaks my heart. So, because we don't know how long this is going to have an effect, right?
Well, I think that uncertainty is probably one of the things that we worry about the most.
Oh, absolutely. The uncertainty is awful. So anyway, and then having your kids home all day, right? So
But it's different than having your kids all day home in the summertime.
oh my gosh, this is 180 different.
Yeah, because you go out and you plan activities and you do things with.
Oh yeah,
them
you send your kids outside to play with their friends, and we go swimming. And I mean, there's nothing. You know, we're not doing that anymore.
No.
And everything we do is as a family now. And
I guess that's good.
it is good. And I mean, I've actually really appreciated it and enjoyed it. But it is difficult and stressful for a lot of families, and especially blended families.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of controversy around transitioning of kids. Do we transition kids? So that's another stress that's added in blended families. And we saw even a couple cases where police have gotten involved.
Yes.
And taken kids away from a mom that was working in healthcare.
Yeah, and the dad said, you shouldn't be having the kids at your house right now. And she was like, I should, you know, it's fine. I'm taking all precautions. And he got the police involved and they went and took her kids. So it is very stressful. It is very, very stressful. Wondering, when I send my kids to the other person's house, are they being as careful as we are? It's, you know.
And now even wondering, are they going to let them come back?
Right. That's very stressful. And the answer is you have to follow the court order that you have in place. And that is what.
Yeah, we've actually read up on this. And
yes.
Even our county, in their latest health order,
yeah.
they actually stated specifically transitioning kids between parents.
Is still allowed. Yes.
Is not still allowed. It is mandatory.
It is mandatory. And when the courts open back up, had you not done that, there will be severe consequences for you.
Yeah, so that's a lot of different things. Every aspect of your life is now in turmoil.
Yes.
Getting toilet paper.
Oh my goodness, seriously. Still, I really thought that by now
we would have more toilet paper.
I would be able to walk in the store and get whatever I wanted. No, still.
Well, toilet paper and what else?
Flour, yeast. Those are the things that I've noticed.
Yeah.
Because everybody's baking, and it's kind of funny. I was making fun of that so much in the very beginning of all this. Like,
guess who's making bread today?
Sam and I made some bread today. Why? I
it's
don't know
hilarious.
why. There's plenty of bread in the store.
Yes, there is plenty of bread in the store.
But we're still making bread. It just seems like kind of a homey, fun thing to do.
Well, and all these stress things also cause issues such as hard time sleeping and concentrating, which leads to more chronic health problems possibly.
Yes.
And maybe even some mental health issues as well around that. You get cabin fever, it's a real thing.
Right.
You need to be able to get out and walk around and things like that. And
yes.
In some places, we were reading about, like in Wuhan, they weren't even letting you out of your apartment.
No, I was reading that if you were in an apartment building and someone in the apartment building had COVID, the entire apartment building was on lockdown. And so I was reading about this guy. So Wuhan was on lockdown for 76 days.
We've been on lockdown for 22.
Is that all?
Yep.
Oh my word. Ooh, that's long. He was out of the 76 days that they were locked down. They were locked down a lot more stringent than we are, though.
Yeah, they couldn't leave.
They couldn't leave. But he was in his apartment for 70 of those days. Like their apartment building, you weren't allowed to go out and walk around to exercise. You weren't allowed to go to the store. They brought you food.
And you ate what they gave you, right?
Yep. So 70 days he never left his apartment. I'm like, oh man. So these are stressful things. But yeah, like you said, people are using alcohol, drugs to.
Well, in fact, I just got a report from the Commerce Department on sales of things. Alcohol sales up 55%.
Well, I'm gonna go with, and this is me just always doing the glasses half full. It's because people are using vodka to make hand sanitizer. Is that correct? Or to sanitize, right? Right?
Yes,
that's why, right, honey?
That's part of it. But I can tell you, there's a lot of people that are drinking more right now. You can see it on Facebook. And even my coworkers are like, hey, happy hour at 5 p.m. today.
Right.
We're having a virtual happy hour.
Yes, there's a lot of joking going around about that.
But I can see people going in that direction. And that's... The concern is that it turns into something bad,
right?
Which hopefully we don't run into that situation, but it's something you have to watch out for.
Well, and I saw it, like you said, in some of those Facebook groups. I've seen so many people post in there that they're breaking up. Their blended families they're like, he's gone or I'm leaving, or because having these kids home all the time, some with a school schedule, some not, right? Some schools, they haven't, gotten their online stuff together yet. So you have a difference of opinion on how the kids should be spending their time.
Like, should they spend their time playing video games all day?
Right. Or should they be doing, should we be finding something else for them to do? And it's causing a lot of problems and dealing with exes that, you're not doing things the way that I'm doing them. So it's a lot of stress.
I think a lot of that stress comes from the uncertainty and the upheaval of our schedules. A lot of times, especially with blended families, the schedule is everything.
Yes.
Right? And because you have your kids maybe half the time. So, I have my kids on Monday and Tuesday and every other weekend, or Wednesday, Thursday, every other weekend. And now all of a sudden that schedule and that cadence is thrown off.
Yeah.
And that's added on to all the other uncertainty that you have. It could be, it could be really tough.
Well, and I mean, I've even seen, we talk about people that are hoarding, right? People that go out and buy, 10 things of Costco toilet paper or whatever it is. I mean, you can't do that anymore. But a lot of stress out there. I would say most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And the stress of being able to go buy the supplies, and maybe you think,
when they're there, they may not be there tomorrow.
Exactly. They may not be there. And, I can't stock up because I don't have the money to stock up. So I've heard people say, well, you should have been prepared for this. Not everybody has the funds that they can go buy 10 things of toilet paper. So.
Well, also 10 how much does 10?
Oh yeah. We talked about this in our last podcast. That would last you years.
Yeah.
Years. Yeah.
No.
But people need to be respectful of the people that can't go out and buy multiple items, right? They're living paycheck to paycheck. And then now that their paychecks are in peril, or maybe they're not getting them at all, it is so stressful.
No, there's a lot of stress out there.
There's a lot of stress. Do we have any stress in our house?
Yeah, none.
None. Zero.
I know that last session that we just talked about was pretty depressing.
I know. We need to lighten it up, huh, babe?
All right, let's like so.
I don't know that we're going to lighten it up in this section either.
This session's not. But how can you tell if your spouse or a child or someone, if that stress is actually really getting to them?
Well, you want to know how it gets to us or in general?
Well, in general, and then us, or maybe we'll interweave it. So, but that's important because if I can tell that you're really stressed, I should be able to figure out a way to help. So first identifying that your level of stress is at a higher level than mine,
right,
or whatever, that may be good for me to then reach out to you and try and help with your stress any way I can.
Yeah. And you actually do a good job with that.
No, thank you, honey.
You do. One of the things that was stress that I don't know why this stresses me out so badly is a lot of times making dinner stresses me out.
Which is wild to me.
I don't know why. I get anxiety about it. Why? I don't know. I really don't know.
For me, making dinner is not, it's the opposite of stressful.
I know.
It gets me out of my normal routine of work. I get to be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's not that you help me in the kitchen when I'm in there cooking.
But when it's all on me and I'm trying to get everything to be done at the same time, and then if I say that dinner's ready and nobody moves, I want to like hit everyone on the head with a frying pan. And yeah, I don't know. I get filled with anxiety.
Anger management class.
Totally.
Would be good for you, babe.
Totally. So in this last month, it's been a month since we've been home. This is our 4th week.
This is the starting of our 4th week.
This is the ending of our 4th week.
Since the kids have been home?
Yes, this is the end of our 4th week. Can you believe that?
I can't. No, that's not right.
Are you sure?
No.
It's the end of our 3rd week?
3rd week. We're in the middle of our 3rd week.
Okay. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I thought it was 4.
I've been home for longer. I've been home for 5 weeks, 6 weeks now.
But I would say that you have cooked probably 90% of the time.
Yeah.
If not higher.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah. And that's the thing is I'm so glad that you know that that's stressing me out and you don't mind.
I didn't know it stressed you out that much.
It does.
Well,
I don't know why. I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that. It depends on, like today when Sam and I were making bread, that was great. It was just like, la, la, la. It was just a little fun thing. But when I'm trying to get dinner on, I got to have it done by this time because we have things to do. And of course, there's not much to do anymore.
I was going to say, do what? We watched 100 Humans. Is that what it was called the other night?
Yeah.
And they let people watch paint dry. That was about what we're doing.
That's not true. We have all kinds of things we're doing.
Yes, we do.
We were doing a project in the backyard. No, we're
so
doing
so
fun
let's
things.
talk about signs. How can we?
Okay.
What signs are there out there that we know our spouse or a loved one is being stressed?
Okay, well, I say when your spouse is super irritable and that's not normal. Maybe it's normal for some. But if that's
what time
not normal,
of the month is it?
If that's not normal, if your spouse is irritable, right?
Yeah. Okay. So irritability.
Irritability. How
outside
about
of the normal.
Outside of the normal. Lack of sleep.
Oh yeah.
That's really affecting me right now. You have noticed that. I mean, I think last night I got 7 hours of sleep. That's the most sleep I've had in weeks.
7 hours. That's awesome.
I know. And I mean, I just am having a rough time sleeping.
And we found out why. You're reading the news before you go to bed.
Yep. And so last night I didn't.
And you slept late.
Yep.
So, all right, we fixed that problem. I'm a problem fixer.
My goodness.
All right. Another thing is
Yes.
you find out that you're fighting more frequently than normal.
Right, which goes back to the irritability, right?
The irritability.
Yes.
Time to find quality time together. We're together all the time, but is it quality time?
No. And that's rough, right? That is hard.
Well, all the kids are around.
All the kids are around. We don't really have any place to go. We're not supposed to go anywhere.
No, we were thinking of maybe sneaking off to a hotel, but that's against the rules.
Yeah, we're really not supposed to. And that's also putting ourselves at an unnecessary risk.
Unnecessary risk. So,
but we did think about it for about 10
did.
minutes.
The other day, we just went on a walk together.
We did. And
With
if
no
I say
kids.
like, hey, I'm going to run to the store, you always hop in the car with me if you can.
Yep.
So we try little things like that.
So, I mean, that's important. Sleeplessness,
Yeah, we said that.
lethargic, anxiety. These are all signs of stress.
Loss of appetite.
That's not happening.
That is certainly not happening at this house. I don't know about everybody else, but everything I'm seeing on Facebook is
The COVID-19.
the COVID-19. We're all getting 19
pounds.
pounds. So, yeah, that's not happening here. There's no loss of appetite. In fact, I that's actually one thing that is a stress. You can tell I'm stressed if I don't eat, because I do lose my appetite, where
I eat my way
eat.
through it. Unless
Yes.
the stress is so overwhelming, then I can't eat at all.
right, which has only happened a couple times since we've been married.
Well, yeah, it's only happened,
Yeah.
3 or 4 times in my whole life.
Right. So,
And
then engage in exaggerated behaviors.
now, just so you know, we're getting most of this information from the Center of Disease Control, the CDC.
Yes, we did.
They had a great little website
Yep.
on stress and how COVID is stress and how to work with stress and deal with it.
So, it might be, when I think of exaggerated behaviors, I think of maybe someone's excessively shopping online. You know what I mean? That
Oh,
could
yeah.
be exaggerated, or, things like that.
Or binge watching every Netflix show.
Yeah. I've heard a couple people say, I'm done with Netflix.
Yes.
Meaning they're not done like, oh, I'm not watching it anymore. Meaning they've watched it all.
They've watched it all.
And we're watching less and less TV than ever.
Which is really surprising.
Yeah. So,
So watch for exaggerated behaviors. Watch for those things. You don't point them out either. That's
Right.
another thing. That would be stupid.
no, you don't go, hey,
So you're stressed. You're,
you're really packing on the ding dongs there. So, yeah, don't approach it that way. Just kind of maybe make a mental note of it and how you could maybe help take some stress off.
which we'll talk about next.
Yep. All right. So our last section in our stress-filled episode is dealing with stress. So we've talked about causes of stress, signs of stress. How do we deal with it?
Lots and lots of intimacy.
Yeah, hugging, touching, right? That helps.
Yep.
That makes, for some people, right? That closeness makes them feel better.
Right. No, I think for almost anyone.
Yeah, it makes you feel better. It makes you feel safe and protected. So yeah, don't keep pushing each other away. Run to each other, not away from each other.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yep. I mean, kisses in the kitchen are always great.
Yes, dancing in the kitchen. Love
Yeah.
that one. Do things like that. Sitting by each other on the couch and snuggling. Make sure you're doing things like that. That's important.
Also, make sure that you're taking breaks from the news.
That is a big one, and it's hard to do.
Because the news is on all your social media too, whether
Yes.
you like it or not. So
It is.
turn off your devices, get lost in a book, get lost in something else,
A show,
a puzzle,
yeah.
our podcasts.
What a great idea.
There are like 60 something episodes, so you can go back from episode 1 and see how you're doing.
Exactly. That does not constitute an exaggerated behavior to listen to all of our podcasts.
No, it does not. But if you're constantly listening to pandemic reports and all that stuff, it just kind of what's the right word? Reinforces all the stress that you're feeling already.
Yes.
So you want to do your best to
take a break.
take a break. I'm not saying
Take a
don't
break.
be informed. I'm
Right.
saying just take a break.
Take a break. Yes. And then it says, take care of your body. Take deep breaths, stretch or meditate. Okay, now I have something to say about
Yes.
this.
Okay. What?
Typically, I would go, oh, please, right? Okay, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to meditate. However, the other night, I got online with the girls in my youth group, and one of the girls led us in a yoga session. And she did at the end, she was doing the
Cleansing breaths.
Yeah, breathe and, let everything go from your head to your toes. And she had the most calming voice. And it was so relaxing. I can't even tell you. Like, I was on board all the way. I was like, wow, this did help. So don't dismiss it.
Good.
Don't dismiss it. It felt good in the moment. And I think it can help you a little bit with letting it go.
Maybe even having some meditation time where you don't have stimulus on, right? No sounds, no watching, and maybe just sitting outside, just, chilling. I think that's important.
No.
I
can't do that.
I know you can't. I missed the float spa. I can't go to the float spa now. We did a float spa once, it was an hour, right? It's supposed to be an hour?
It was the longest hour of my freaking life.
So for those of you who don't know what a float spa is, it's a sensory deprivation chamber, and you're floating in water that you can't feel. It's in the pitch dark, and you can't hear anything, and you're supposed to just let everything go. And you couldn't handle it. You were like pushing back and forth.
It takes me 2 seconds to go from this side to that. It was awful.
So,
yeah, I'm a little ADD. I guess I can't handle that. All right, so the next one, try and eat healthy.
I like how it says try to eat healthy. Don't eat healthy. No, bread is healthy.
Oh my goodness. We have made so many comfort food items since we've been on this pandemic
we have,
watch.
but we always feel lethargic afterwards.
We do, and we're like, you know what?
We need to eat healthier.
Yes, this didn't make me feel good.
So make sure that you are, eating.
Just eating
healthy.
more well-balanced, right?
Well-balanced.
Keep it well-balanced. Exercise regularly. That's important.
It is. I need to do that more, and you've done a pretty good job with it.
Yeah.
With the kids.
Yeah, I've done it with the kids, and I've gone on walks. And
I need to just block it off in my schedule because I've been so busy with work.
You have.
That I just need to block off the time and not let people schedule over the top of it.
Yep. And then get plenty of sleep. Yeah, right. Which neither one of us are getting much sleep at all.
No, we're not. Well,
but
we get an afternoon nap.
I have almost napped every day because I'm so tired from the lack of sleep I'm getting at night. I take a nap during the day. And you usually fall asleep at some point during the day, or at least when we're watching a show, you fall asleep.
Yeah, when I'm done with work, I normally just take a half-hour nap.
But that is important because lack of sleep makes you irritable, lethargic, anxious.
It all compounds.
Yes, it does. It does.
The next thing it says, avoid alcohol and drugs. Now, that's the first thing that a lot of people go to. But
when they're stressed.
Alcohol actually is a depressant. So it actually can exacerbate the stress that you're feeling. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. And then the danger here is that you become addicted, or that it cause even more damage than you would normally.
Yes, please stay away from those things. Yesterday, I felt like a caged animal. I needed to get out.
Yes, you
I
did.
was like, I have nowhere to go. I didn't have anything I needed. Like, I literally was like, where could I go? Where could I go? Where could I go? So I drove to Chick-fil-A and I got a light lemonade. That's what I did.
People are going to be mad at you that you did that.
That I drove to Chick-fil-A?
That was not essential.
It absolutely was essential. It was so essential for my
mental
sanity.
Health?
Yes, it was very essential. So that brings me to something else. Please don't judge people that you see out, or if you think, oh, why are they out? Why are they driving? You know what? Let's give each other a break. We're staying at home 98% of the time. Let's give each other a break and not judge, because I've seen a lot of that on Facebook. Why is this person at the park? Why is this person, out? You know what? Calm down, chill out, and just know that people are doing the best to stay sane and happy and healthy.
I don't think looking at Facebook for hours and hours on end will keep you sane and happy.
It will not. It will not.
That's another thing to avoid.
Or posting your rants, right? That's not going to help either, to have everybody jump on board your rants. So,
no, one thing we do when we walk sometimes and we see other people walking, we always wave, we always say hello, always smile. I think that makes a big difference for us, ourselves, emotionally and mentally.
Yeah, because it makes me sad.
Think other people too.
It does. It makes me sad when people are so avoiding each other. And I'm paranoid too. And when you and I went to the store yesterday or the day before, I don't know, all the days run together. And we were at Target. I think it was Monday even. Oh my goodness, I don't even know. But remember, the person behind us, you're supposed to stay 6 feet apart. They have it marked. And the person behind us was not. And I'm thinking, why are you so close to me? Why are you so close to me? Back up. And that person had on a face mask. But I was just like, we're so paranoid.
Yeah. So remember, we're all still one big family. The person next to you, you may say, well, they could kill me. Chances are they won't.
We have what's the 0.00 nothing % chance of getting this. However, we still need to be cautious and follow all the rules that we've been given and guidelines, but let's not be rude and mean to each other.
Yeah, I mean, we could have said, would you mind scooting back a little?
Right. I just scooted forward.
Yeah.
I scooted forward.
So there's lots of things you can do.
Yes.
Also, make sure you have time to unwind. Get out and walk. Get out and do something.
Yes,
right?
something you enjoy.
As long as you're not breaking rules. I
Right.
mean, that guy down in Malibu got in his kayak, got fined $1,000 because you're not supposed to do that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, once again, not judging him. Maybe that's just what he needed. But if everybody did that, then
we'd have
right.
outbreaks and things
we
like
would.
that.
So it's tough. It's tough. You got to try to find what you can do to unwind and keep yourself sane while still following the guidelines we've been given.
Now, another thing that's popped up dramatically is teleconferencing or web conferencing and video calls.
Yep.
Great way to still connect.
Yes, for sure.
Much better than just the phone because there's a lot of nonverbal cues that go on.
Yeah.
And I've actually we've done that with our families.
Yep.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
A little chaotic.
But
it's been fun to connect and make sure everyone's doing okay.
It is. Just make sure you are connecting with others. I think that's really important to keep yourself sane. What do you think, babe? How are we doing? Are we stressed?
Oh, yeah, we're stressed. But I think we're doing okay with it, right?
Hence the bread baking in the oven right now.
And
that's
my white hair.
And yes, you didn't get the white hair till this all started.
I just got this white hair just like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I have another thing. It's not even on here. To deal with stress,
what?
You know what you need to do? Is think of others.
Oh, serve others.
Serve. So some cute person dropped off a note on our doorstep the other day that had a nice little note for us. It was anonymous. It can be something little like that. Make a little note, put a little heart on somebody's door, draw sidewalk chalk.
There was a real sweet thing that someone that I work with, their grandchildren, couldn't come see grandma. So they put hearts on her door.
So cute. So cute.
Because grandma's high risk.
Yes.
So they put hearts on her door. It just melted.
Love it.
Melted her.
So yes. So think of your neighbor, think of a friend, think of your family member that maybe is feeling really isolated or alone right now, and serve others. Try and think of that.
Little small things make a big difference.
Yep.
Our lemonade moment of the week comes from our son-in-law.
Russell. So my daughter Rachel, her husband Russell, they thought he had COVID.
He was actually pretty sick.
He was pretty sick. His work said, you can't come back until you have a negative test. So he went and got tested. Test results didn't come back for 4 or 5 days. It seemed like forever. So he was quarantining himself in his room while my daughter Rachel is trying to do schoolwork because she is a teacher and she has 264 students. So she's working on schoolwork 12 hours a day. She's also
getting the 2 little girls.
She's got 2 adorable little girls, 1 and 4, and she's getting her master's with an at-home program.
I think there's a lot of stress in that house.
There was a little bit of stress, especially since Russell could not help.
No,
and she had to take care of him, and that was very, very stressful for her and him and the girls. And we found out that it was negative. The second that Emma, his little 4-year-old, found out, she burst into his room and said, "Daddy's not sick. He can play with me now." So it was very cute. She's so excited to be able to have Daddy back. And Rachel is very excited to have Daddy back.
So the lemonade moment was they're not quarantined. That's great news for them. I was a little scary there for a little bit. So
it was.
We're happy for
we
them.
worry about our loved ones very much, especially when we're not with them. But so thankful that our family is all healthy and safe right now. If you like today's episode,
give us 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, Google.
And head to Facebook and like us.
And check out our blog at where'sthelemonade.org,
where you can leave questions and comments.
But most of all,
go out and make some lemonade.
You betcha, baby.